All right, recording is starting for our June 2nd coffee chat, and we are just talking about wins in the chat. So I'll try to read some out loud so people watching the recording can hear. Rachel had two people reordering, so that means they definitely like it. I love
That's like
that.
the biggest compliment, right? When they reorder. It's like so,
Yes,
it's almost more exciting.
yes. Oh, that's awesome, Amy. You get time to focus on biz until August. Summertime. Holly, that's so funny. Someone reordered because she was afraid she'd run out. I actually just did that today. I was like, my custom cream's feeling a little empty because my husband's been sneaking it since his is not here yet. So I had to hurry up and order. This morning I had a win. This is a little interesting. I reached out to follow up with a customer who has been using it for about 2 weeks now, just to ask her how it's going. And she said this is the first time that she's ever been able to be consistent with her skincare because it was so easy. So I loved that. That was a huge win. Yay, Amanda, the win of all wins. Amy's order arrived today. I just sent in another ticket, so I'll make sure to reply. Biggest win of the day, of the week. Mary Ann, yes, Mary Ann has a really cool opportunity at a local metaphysical store to use their room to do kind of like a pop-up. So we've been chatting about that. That's super cool. Oh, I love that, Nicole. Your daughter and stepdaughter both love the results and they can feel comfortable in their skin. That's so huge. You guys, I had a customer slash she is an ambassador. I don't think she's comfortable sharing yet, but she sent me photos of her skin before, and it was a huge mess from hormonal acne. Dermatologist didn't, none of the medicines they gave her worked, and she was just like beside herself. So when she saw me posting about Abby, she was like, I'm gonna try this. I'll try anything. I about died when she sent me her updated photo. You guys, her skin is completely cleared up. Like, I almost cried. It's been less than a month. So, huge win that natural products can do that. Tiffany's back knees clearing up. What are you putting on there, Tiffany? Was it number 10 in the mattifying base, I think you said?
Yeah, that's it. Just, yep,
Wow,
just the acne active and then mattifying face.
that's so crazy. What else? Did anybody have like an unusual order from the mega party or somebody that you weren't thinking would order that did or just somebody engaging in it?
Yeah, I had a lot of people join that I didn't expect to join, and they weren't super engaging, but they're in there and I know they're watching, which I think is a great first step.
How did you get them in? Like
I
personal
messaged.
invite or was it like, okay.
Yeah.
I had somebody place their at least third order, and it was $250. And
Oh.
she already had bought an in-lab. Then she went because she loved the idea of being able to customize. And then it's more than a fill-in. Like she ordered
Uh-oh, she froze.
Yeah.
skincare options.
There you go. You froze for a second, but yes, way more than a fill-in. She wants it
Yeah,
all.
she does. And she absolutely will not become an ambassador. But I, holy moly, I was
Yeah.
stunned when I saw that I had an order. I'm like, oh, I wonder who this is. And at first I was like, oh, because I kind of wanted somebody new.
Mhm.
So I'm like, okay then. And maybe she'll just share it with friends and she won't
Yep.
even realize that she's an ambassador.
Absolutely. We need customers too.
Oh, absolutely. But I was absolutely stunned.
I love that. That's so cool. I had someone that has never commented on any of my posts or anything. She's a customer from a different business from me, and she went in the mega party and ordered. And well, she told me what she wanted to order, but was having a hard time. So I pulled up the cart link and all that, like we talked about last week on this chat. But I was super happy because she was like, and I just watched your live, and I need you to add two serums. I want the eye contour and the collagen too. So I was like, yay, upsell.
You are the queen of upsell. Love it.
Thank you. Here's a little tip for you guys for the bundles if you want an easy verbiage for upselling those bundles, which I just want to remind you, those are all limited edition, so June 15th or until supplies last for those bundles. So this is a really good time to highlight those. And when you do, so last week I had someone order the tanning bundle, and she was talking to me about why she wants it and, not being out in the sun and the UV and all of that, but I just was listening to her, and she mentioned her skin being dry, so the fact that she loved that this could be put in a cream. So I said, well, you can also put the hydration drops in that bundle. Add those on. It's $22, and that will give you even more hydration than the cream on its own. And of course she did. So that's the cool thing about the bundles is they can get what they want and they understand what it does. It's not like, overwhelming, but then you can be the ambassador and help them understand that they could just add one more little thing to it, and now they still understand what it does.
I think it's like buying a car. You start out with a base model because you go in saying, I'm not paying for all the lights and buzzers. But then once you're in there, you're like, oh, it's only $22 more. Oh, it's only blah, blah more.
Yeah.
And the next thing you know, they're at the order that you were going to have them at to begin with. But I think the bundles really encourage that.
That's a
So
great point.
those bundles, I know we're just getting started, but I tend to wonder if they won't have some bundles
hmm
kind of on the regular
Yeah,
because it's the gateway drug.
I agree. I agree 100%. I feel like with something so different, like Abby, and innovative, people just don't quite understand. And it's different than other
Yep.
skincare, and so those make it easy to understand because it's like, here's your problem, here's your solution. So I agree with you 100% about that.
Well, and it's a good entry price point. What we have to remember is there's those of us who have tried a myriad of products over the years. We've paid way more and way less than this is. But for those customers that are using the drugstore
Mhm.
cleanser moisturizer, this is insane. Why would anybody pay that kind of money?
Yes.
But it gives them the opportunity to have an elevated, upscale,
Mhm.
very unique type of system without it being, oh my gosh, it's $160.
Yes. I mean, you guys, $60 for a face wash and a cream with an active. I mean, my last face wash before this was $80 just for the face wash.
Remember that soap?
That's the one I'm talking about. Holly used that soap all over her body, so she used like one a month.
No.
$80. Yes, she did.
No.
I barely used it because I didn't want to run out.
Oh, I know. I got a special container for it because I was like, I'm just trying to touch the top a little here. But then I think ours works even better. Point being, $60 for all of that is insane. We just have to, she had to cut it.
Well, but here's the thing. It's not just a face cream with actives, because what
hmm
we have to present to them is that it's a cleanser, it's a face cream and three actives, kind of like you're getting four products. It's just that several of them are combined
Yep,
to make
exactly.
it easier for you.
Yes. Yeah, because my mind was blown when I heard that the bundle, the Glow Trio, was only 119. Because I was expecting when we were on Zooms learning about what Abby was and the fact that it was a custom cream. And actually, Penny, I remember when you and I talked, and I remember Marianne when you and I talked, you guys were both like, and how much is that gonna cost? You're like, I thought, and my sister, she was like, what is that, like $300 for a cream? Because it is so custom, and creams are really expensive that are not custom.
Absolutely.
Any creative names for pop-ups at your home? Anybody have any creative names for that? Yeah, I'd love to hear because I'm doing one on June 10th. Hmm.
If they're people that you know, how about Beauty with Our Bunch?
Yeah.
I
Beauty with
saw one that made me laugh. It was Glow and Gripe. I was like, that would be my friends. That would be,
come and complain and get it all out and then let's glow.
yeah.
Glow night in, that's cute. Let's ask Chat GPT.
Scan and sip.
Scan and sip, yep. That always reminds me of Angie when we say the word scan because at her full-time job she scans different things.
Oh,
Brunch and beauties, that's cute. Oh,
that's
there's a
cute.
post in the Power Collective that has a good list. Awesome. Gab and Glow, that's cute too.
Dan, Skin, and Sip.
Yeah, cute. I'm excited to have people come and because I feel like even when people just like touch it and smell it, they're super excited.
Immediately.
Mm-hmm.
My
Oh,
husband's hooked on the smell.
yes.
I
Oh,
have been trying to get him to take care of his skin for years, and it's all about the smell.
I love it. I have there's a male ambassador on our team actually, and that was his first feedback. I was wondering what he would think of the smell, and he said, actually I really love it. I feel like it's very gender neutral, it's very fresh, very soft. So I thought that was great. So I want to show you guys something. I need to share my screen though. Let me find it. I want to show you guys the chat bot if you haven't used it, because I think it's really good for helping you show the value in a product by getting verbiage that is teaching something. So when I did the live about all the serums, I wanted to have like a list of what does each one do? What are the pain points that this will fix instead of just talking about it? So I went on the chat bot and let me share my screen with you guys so you can see an example because it gives like the best info. Um, Hold on.
That chat bot is amazing. It's how I've gotten customers because they ask me a question. I don't know. I put their question in and it gives you everything.
Yes, it really is. Okay, so you go to, sorry, my computer is really being slow. All right, so I just went to my home screen and clicked AI chatbot on the bottom right-ish of this screen. And as soon as it comes up, I'll show you an example. Oh, see, you can see that I've already been asking it stuff here about Active 15. Okay, so let's say, what does the collagen serum do? Okay, I'm just doing, let's say I want to make a post about the collagen serum. What does it do? I want better words than I can use. So, da, 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 is it, okay, it's typing. I took seriously a notebook of notes from just this chatbot on the products. It does take a second. But I think this is a really good way to, when you're designing a post that is speaking to someone specifically, you can use this to get your hook created. You know, you could start out, do you have skin that needs a lift on your face or something like, you know, what are the things that they're talking about it does? Use that to kind of get people reading your post. And keep it short and sweet. People don't like to read a giant novel. Okay, it's taking a really long time. I don't feel like it took this long before. Anyway,
Can
you
you
get the
read?
point. Have you guys used this?
It's
I
amazing.
have, but I forgot about it.
I even had someone on my team ask it like how help with presenting the business opportunity, and it pulled stuff out of the comp plan to share with.
Stop it now.
Yeah,
Okay, that is genius. I never would have thought to do that. It must
me
be
either.
bogged down right now. It's like when you ask ChatGPT to create a graphic and it says that too many people are creating images. I'll check back late. That's what's happening now. The
Mhm.
chatbot has gotten out. Anyway,
Okay,
I'll
I
show,
have a stupid question.
yeah.
Is the chatbot part of our Abby line, or is this the generic AI chatbot?
No, it's our chatbot.
It's ours, right?
Yes. Yep. It's part of our technology and software. Do you, Nicole? I've only gotten a generic response when it doesn't have like, so Sharon, hold on, I'll answer Nicole's first. When it doesn't have like, so some of the actives from the in lab, they must not be like fully in there yet because it will give me a generic response then. But Sharon, if you can see on the app or on the website, when you're on your home screen in the bottom, I'm going to try not to have the light show. It's going to show. It says AI chat Abby. It's a little like almost looks like a messenger bubble with dots in it. That's where that is. You can even ask like, I need tracking on order da 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 da, or what can my customer use for a sunburn or like anything. Weird. I asked it what it recommends for. Try to rephrase what you ask it. Maybe what instead of what actives, maybe just what products could my customers use for blank. Sharon, message me. You definitely should have that. I can get you your website and yeah, you should definitely have that. So we'll figure that out after this call. Yes, Rachel, even what ingredients are or are not. Like somebody had a question about an allergy the other day, which do any of our products have? And it was some
Good
obscure.
morning. How are you?
Hi.
I hear ya.
Um, Aloe. Yeah. Yeah, it's in the back office or on your app, Amy. Yep, it's just little. So you could say what products have aloe in them, for an example, and it will list exactly what things have the aloe in it, so you know these are the ones to steer clear of. It was soy, I think, that the person was allergic to that we had to ask it for the other day. So hopefully you all saw the announcement about conference. We have a call at noon after this, and hopefully there will be more details coming out. They're going to be kind of doing like a tiered release as since it's so soon and we're, just brand new getting it planned. The first step was locate the venue and the city, make sure we have dates, and that's covered. So it's in Atlanta and it's July 18th or 19th. No. Sorry, I'm looking at my calendar. 18th is Friday, 19th, 20th. So that is exciting in Atlanta. Most of the content will be on Saturday all day, and then they've said that you can get flights out Sunday afternoon and you should be fine. And Friday, it will just be a little in the evening, maybe just like a welcome or something, but we don't have a full agenda yet. Um, we have no idea on the price yet. I'm hoping we can talk about that today on the call as well. I do know they're trying to make everything as affordable as possible. That's why we chose Atlanta because the flights and the hotel were very reasonably priced comparatively since people haven't had a lot of time to work their business yet since we're brand new and we're just getting off the ground. So yes, low cost is like our number one priority. Low cost and fun.
It'll be so nice to all be together.
Oh my gosh, it's going to be so small and intimate that it's going to be like probably one of our best memories we're ever going to have. I'm saying that so that Holly feels bad. I'm just kidding. She can't come now and she's so sad and I am too, but her daughter is in a national tournament for soccer. You girl, that's a once in a lifetime. You have to go. I'm just kidding with you because I'm sulking.
I know. We need a do-over with Holly.
Yes. But it should be really good. Really excited for you guys to meet all of the people that are involved in Abby and
Yeah. The board, spend some time with Fred,
yeah,
Joanna. It's gonna be awesome.
it is. You're trying to figure out a way. Oh, I know. I know you. I already knew you would be. Oh, so funny. Some other updates. I don't have a hard date on these things. Hopefully, again, we have the call. Um, Maybe we should start having our call on Tuesday after we meet on
No, after we
Tuesdays.
get our Monday updates.
Yeah. Let me know your thoughts on that, everybody. Monday's
Yes.
fun because we start the week, but we always have a board call on Monday. So, Tuesday works.
Tuesday
So
works.
e-wallet is supposed to be ready very, very soon. Like I believe he said for May payments.
Yeah.
So hopefully we have an update on that today. I know we still have some Canadians that have not been able to cash checks. I'm literally dying. I feel like I have so much stress because I need them to cash the checks. So e-wallet um, is hopefully ready very soon. Nicole will check on that as well. And then what was the other thing? E-wallet.
Um, you want to talk about Abby in action?
Yeah, you talk about it.
Okay, so you guys, we're coming off of this amazing mega party. We have huge momentum in Abby in action. And what our vision is, and this is kind of where we need your input and your feedback and your help. We want to turn that into one massive, awesome, happening VIP group for everybody as a place where you can add your customers and know that, or your potential customers, and know that they're going to get daily interaction, education, engagement, all the things of a VIP group. Um, and we were talking about a theme for June being Bloom in June. And so we're just kind of looking for, some feedback. Do you guys think that's a good idea? Is that somewhere you would like to help with? Do you have any great ideas of how we can make it even better in there?
We were thinking of doing almost like 3-day chunks about a specific product and having like anybody that wants to or has experience with that product or a testimonial or, a live about how to use it or anything. 3 days focuses on the collagen serum. 3 days focuses on the purifying cleanser. So it's like not all in one day, but like they see the same thing for a couple times.
I agree there. And one thing we should do is set up the guides because I had a couple people say it was really hard to search in there for specific things that they were looking for. And it was like 2 o'clock in the morning and they didn't want to bother me.
Mhm.
So if we had the guides for, when you do pick a topic, make that a guide so it's always findable.
Does Facebook still, I feel like they did something with guides though, where it like because we used to have a Facebook group with guides for all the topics and like it totally like trashed it all. Amber, do you remember? Like there's a reason why we didn't use guides. But I'll look into it because I'm
Yeah.
sure there's something different that they have if so. Like topics even
Yeah. Can we even hashtag it? Does that
yeah.
work anymore?
Yeah.
One thing that I know that makes it a little bit more difficult for customers to navigate, we use the active numbers. They're probably not going to use the active numbers.
Right.
They just want to use the word.
Yes.
So
That's a
it
great
would
point.
be easier to search. And also the numbers get like they don't translate from in lab to
Mhm.
DIY. So if you search number 9, it's not gonna work. We need the
No.
word that would make
And
it a
they
little
say
easier.
blemishes for sunspots, and we say blemishes for acne. So yeah, like things
Right.
like that for
Mhm.
sure.
That's true. So just if you want firming, that you should be able to just type in firming
Yes.
and there it goes, right? But you're
Yeah.
right, where that it doesn't translate well sometimes. Blemishes are not blemishes apparently all around the world.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
if you guys
Yeah.
don't know that yet, I got that question 3 times this weekend actually. So people were like, "My skin is clear, my customer's skin is clear, and it's coming up saying blemishes."
Yeah.
It's not talking about like acne blemishes. It's talking about like spots, like uneven skin tone.
Sunspots. Yeah.
Yes. So just an FYI.
Yeah. I had to explain that to somebody this weekend too, and I was like, oh.
And if you do go and read your full analysis, it does say that on there. But most people don't do that.
Maybe that's something that if we pick the ones that seem to be the most confusing,
Mhm.
and I mean, obviously everybody can do what they want, but I'm kind of thinking maybe I should say something like that before I have somebody do a scan,
Mhm.
because the concern would be it comes up, it says they're blemishes, and to be like, this is baloney. This
Yeah.
stuff doesn't work because I have not one single pimple on my face.
Yep.
Yeah.
And then they're
Well,
going to discard the whole idea.
That's
yeah.
what
Or
I
you
thought,
can get
Penny.
the results of their scan too and say, hey, I saw you scan. Do you have any questions? I noticed this, just so you know. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because when it said blemishes, Penny, I was like, literally, I have not a spot on my face of a blemish.
Right.
And I'm like, what? So I read it and I was like, oh, it's talking about my sunspots. Awesome, because I want that in my cream, you know? But when it said blemishes, I'm like, I don't have acne or anything like that. So
But
yeah,
not everybody, especially if you are trying, it's not necessarily for the person who is like, oh, of course, Jen, you're recommending this. I'll give it a shot.
yeah.
It's for that person who there's someone you know through someone, and they're like, sure, I'll do it. My friend said that you're good, or whatever. And then they read that and like, forget it. They're not going to read that whole thing
No, they're not.
because they kind of actually don't want to be convinced.
Mm-hmm. Yep. They actually want to find a reason not to be convinced.
Exactly.
Hmm.
Um, Wait, can you hear me? Is this thing on?
Hi,
Replay?
Allie. Yes.
Hi. Sorry, I wanted to. I was trying to figure out how to chime in about blemishes because I kind of had a similar issue with my face. I don't even know how to get this video on. Anyway, sorry, I'm here. When my blemishes, first of all, I do have acne,
Hmm.
and it wasn't picking up the acne, and it was driving me crazy because then finally it was like, okay, well, I do have blemishes, but what they were referring to were the pores around my nose, like on my nose, and you could see those little tiny, red circulars. If you zoom in, I didn't even know that was there. After a couple of tries, I found out like, oh, there's little tiny like red circles circling the blemishes or the spots or the pores or whatever. So for me, the blemishes were showing up more as like my open pores.
Hmm.
So, and maybe even if we just kind of get some of our pictures together and we can show them, oh, look, they're referring to her pores, not necessarily acne. I don't know if that's going to help people. So make sure you zoom in and see, I don't even know how you would word it, but um, make sure you know that blemishes doesn't necessarily, you could even do like a post about that. Blemish, translates to different things in different countries.
Yes.
So,
I think that's
just
a
talk about
great
that.
idea rather than just focusing on products, also
Right.
focusing on, yeah, that's a really,
Terminology.
mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Sorry. I
No,
can't, I
that's a
still
great
can't
idea.
figure out how to work this thing. I don't know why I can't do it. Anyway. All right. Continue. Sorry.
No, that's great. Thank you.
That's kind
Because,
of like the dermatology hospital, right?
hmm,
Here in the States, we don't have hospitals specializing in dermatology. However, my friend in Canada had said when her son broke his leg when he was little, they had to go an hour and a half to the orthopedic hospital. I'm like, you have a hospital 15 minutes down the road from you. Oh, no, it's not an orthopedic hospital.
ah,
That is always very interesting to me because when we tell people that in the top dermatology hospital, these tests were done and here's our results, 97%. It's, the same thing would be recommended by these top doctors. As an American, you're like, dermatology hospital, come on. Now
yeah,
they're
what
really,
is that? Yeah,
yeah.
exactly.
But they have to understand that this is the way it's broken down in other places.
That's
And
smart
I
too.
didn't have that understanding until she
Hmm.
told me about having to drive an hour and a half for a broken leg.
Hmm. Yeah, that's a really good point too, especially as we become more and more global.
So same thing with blemishes, right? We don't understand that until we understand it. You don't know what you don't know.
Hmm. Yeah, Sharon, that's a common question too. So the way I understand it, I know that you put in your age. Basically, there's over 1 million analyses, whatever you say, that they use to kind of like get their information with this AI technology. And they are assuming based on the way your skin looks that you would be in that age range, even though you give it your age. So I hate how again, it's a language barrier. I hate that it says that because people are like, I put in my age. Why would it say that? But hey, take that as a compliment. They're thinking that your skin is common for people in that age group.
Yeah.
Which is lovely if it goes in the reverse direction.
Yes. Yeah,
Exactly.
it's the same reason why like wrinkles don't come up on everyone's as one of their top three priorities. And they're like, I have wrinkles because based on your age, everyone's going to have wrinkles. It's a part of life. But based on your age, if your wrinkles are less of a concern than your typical peers, then they don't think that would be one of your top priorities. I did learn though, if you guys don't know this, because I wanted to put actives for wrinkles in mine and it says 20 was the number. I'm like, okay, I have wrinkles. If you just go to full analysis after you do the scan instead of view my custom made products, you can actually edit the three concerns at the top, unclick the one you don't want, re-click the one you do, and it will reformulate your cream to include that in it.
Okay, so go to full analysis,
Yep. So,
edit
okay,
it.
when you do your
Okay,
analysis, there's two little bars. One is purple and it says see my custom made products or whatever, and the next one
great.
says see full analysis. Click see full analysis. At the top, it'll have all 8 of the areas and the 3 that they picked for you highlighted. Click edit, and then you unhighlight one of the boxes or whatever you want to do. You can unhighlight all 3 if you want, and then highlight the one that you do want to work on. And what's cool about it is it's not like you're just picking an active because it has the number for you for that area. So it's going to pick the right active for your number because there are several actives. There's more than 10 in the in lab range. There's 24, I believe. 24, 27, one of those. So they're actually going to base it still on your analysis, but they're going to use the active that would match best with where you are for that concern. So I thought that was cool. I just ordered mine this morning that way.
Jen, we gotta go.
Yep, we do. I know. All right, guys, thank you so much for joining us. And I think we'll try next Tuesday instead.
Thank you, ladies.
Okay, bye.
Bye, everyone. Have a great week.